it's Kelly Donahue here for your next 3-minute video. And this is all on how to hold people accountable without being a jerk. And I think this is just one of those things that comes up with leadership and agency owners. It's a fine line, especially if maybe you're short-staffed or if hiring is difficult. But remember, we do have our hiring playbook that you can get. So when we're thinking about how do we hold people accountable, I think so much of it comes from the idea that there's not a lot of clarity around things. And that's what the topic of this 3-minute video. If it's not clearly outlined, it is hard to hold people accountable. However, when you find something not clearly outlined, as the leader, it is your responsibility to re-outline it, document it, and install it into the agency. From there, accountability becomes a lot easier. But we're talking about everything from job descriptions, processes and procedures, and your agency values. All too often, we see probably a third of the issues inside of an agency are because something's not clear. But in addition to that, the values aren't clear. Values cover you in the gray areas. For example, we had a team member here that recently departed, and it just turned out that she didn't share the same values. We were pushing on, being technology driven, and she definitely wanted to do everything manually. And despite my efforts of, trying to figure out how to share with her, like, we're doing the technology side, she had a lot of resistance. Now, it doesn't mean that she was bad at her actual job. It just meant that she wanted to do her job the way she wanted it done versus other people. And so that is a clear opportunity for change, right? So one of the things we have to make sure we do is, one, everything should be documented. One of our first steps in our 2-year program is job descriptions, because that's unclear. And the second one is agency values, so we can nail that down. Then we start working through processes and procedures supported by technology in your management system. But the reality is that you as a leader need to set that course. You need to put the boundaries and the rails up on everybody. Otherwise, what ends up happening is everybody assumes or does what they think is best. Then you're going to struggle to hold them accountable. So many leaders blame themselves when something goes wrong. Once you start building these building blocks, kind of like a Lego set, it happens one block at a time. You are empowered to hold people accountable because it's pretty clear. And you don't feel as bad because you don't think it's clear. So take the time to slow down and speed up and hold people accountable by providing clarity in every area of your agency.
Hey, everybody. So want to just let you know, we have our Ridiculously Amazing Insurance Agent podcast. And if you have not already gone and subscribed to it, you're missing out, because it's one of the only insurance podcasts out there that has no sponsors, 0 sponsors. And the reason that we do that is we believe that we want to be the podcast for agencies with the people problems, the growing agencies. If you've got 10 people out there, you know what I'm talking about. It gets harder with different personalities. And so we want to bring to you the best vendors. We want to bring to you also the best agency stories out there facing and doing the hard things for the agencies that are growing. And so if you're interested in a new insurance podcast that isn't too crazy, let us know. We actually do these 3-minute videos as podcasts. You might be listening to it right now. So go ahead, subscribe to the Ridiculously Amazing Insurance Agent podcast. You can go to our website under the podcast section. It's on the top left-hand corner. There's a drop down, click podcasts and subscribe. Go to Apple or iTunes and you can also subscribe there. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.